big announcement from Grok. That is Twitter's Grok, Grok, as they're bringing Grok to for free to everyone. Now, today I'm going to be testing it out, but just so that Grok is now actually faster, more accurate, and supports more languages. So this is great for SEO because now, number one, you can use it for free. Number two, obviously, Twitter is one of the biggest news sources in the world, so it's great for writing new articles. And number three is designed to be more accurate. We'll be testing it out today, seeing how it performs. I'm not going to make any judgments too soon, but you can see here, for example, they've said since launching Grok 2 in August, we have been hard at work improving Grok on X, adding new features like web search citations and our recent image generator. Now, the image generation is really cool with Grok, but I'll be coming on to that later. And for now, we're going to be focusing on the new update. So they've said over the past few weeks, we have been quietly testing a new version of the Grok 2 model, which is 3 times faster and offers improved accuracy, instruction following, and multilingual capabilities. But not only that, so today they've said they're going to announce this for free. So Grok 2, not only is it out of beta, not only is it 3 times faster, not only does it support images and also more languages, but it's also free and you can get access. So I'm going to be running through exactly how you can use it, but here's the important thing to notice about Grok versus, say, other AI models. For example, if you're using, say, ChatGPT Pro or these other models to create your content, it's not linked directly to the internet. It's not going to be updated in real time. Claude is the same. It's not updated in real time, but Grok actually leverages real-time information based on what's happening right now, which makes it great for writing content because it's using the latest sources. And we'll be leveraging that in some of our prompts later. So you can see, for example, some search results can show you what's happening right now. It can create content. It actually creates images as well. So you can see some of the cool images it generates right here. It's very creative. Definitely better than ChatGPT for images from what I've seen, especially for more realistic ones. And you can see some example posts right here. So we're going to get back into it now and we'll be testing it out. Now, what you can also see is you can test it in terms of different languages. So you can see, for example, it's got English, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Hindi, and you can see how it performs versus other models using this test right here. So, for example, the new version of Grok is far better performing than previous models, but also it's outperforming ChatGPT 4.0, o1 Mini, o1 Preview, which is a paid model, and also Claude 3.5 Sonnet's just about beating it, but they're pretty much on par right there. So let's test it out. I'm interested to see how this goes. We're going to head on over to Grok. Now, I do pay for Twitter, but you do not have to pay for Twitter, okay? Because you can get Grok 2 for free. It is available, as you can see right here, for all users on X. So we're going to go over to Grok right now. And if you're wondering, okay, what's the data like? How accurate is it? We can say what's happening in the world right now, just to make sure that the data is correct and there's actually feeding in sources in real time. For example, it's talking about all these different political events, etc. Let's just double check. For example, we've taken this headline and it is indeed literally happening today, right? There's news reports coming out from 3 hours ago. And so Grok is updated with the latest data, which is going to be super useful. Now, you can see we can select between the models, but Grok 2 is the newest version. Now, there was a Grok 2 released earlier this year, but that was purely in beta, and obviously it took a lot longer to produce. So what we're going to do, and I'll give you access to all the prompts from today, so we're going to test out first of all for content creation using a basic prompt like you can see right here, and we'll just see how well it performs. So let's state that content. So we're going to go back up to Grok, we'll paste it in, and also what I'm going to do is I want to test this and see how it compares versus ChatGPT and also Claude for writing, because it's great that it's free, but we also want to figure out, okay, is it actually, how good is it for creating content versus these other platforms? So we've got the response here. Let's zoom in, see what it looks like. Has it followed the instructions, etc.? So what is SEO? It's definitely covered the title. Do you ever wonder why some websites pop up first when you Google something whilst others are buried on page 10? That's SEO, mate, search engine optimization. The content itself feels quite humanized. It's not bad at all. I don't think it's going to be as good as, say, Claude. We'll compare it in a second, see how this performs. Let's check the word count, see what it came back with, 500 words. So we've got the content from Claude over here, and you can see straight off the bat, Claude is still winning for content creation. So you can see, for example, the title is just a lot more interesting. It creates something that would grab your attention more, and it's just expanded on the previous topic. Claude's word count is only 450 words. Let's have a look at ChatGPT 4. This is using Canvas now, which I really like the feature of. So let's grab that and see what we got here. And right here, we have 613. Now, bear in mind, right? Not only is ChatGPT creating longer content, it's free to use ChatGPT Canvas, right? So all these models, as you can see, are becoming more and more free, more and more democratized so that more people can use these AI models for free. Now, if we compare this content, honestly, I think if I'm comparing the content, right, side by side, I'm going, right, Claude is the best, the most humanized by a long way. It just feels and reads really interesting. Grok is coming in second with its content simply because it's writing something interesting. ChatGPT, I would say, is probably the worst out of all of them, just because if you look at this introduction, it's just not that good, right? Why does my website, it's asking 3 questions straight off the bat, it's a bit like question overload right here. And if we look through the content, it's okay, but I genuinely think Grok is better and more interesting when I look at the example. Now, what you can do inside Grok is you can actually click on the regenerate button right here. And using that, you can recreate the content. So if you're not 100% happy with it, or if you need to create multiple versions. So let's say, for example, I'm creating an article that I might publish on my website and then also on LinkedIn and other multiple platforms, then potentially you could just click the regenerate option and post that across multiple platforms. Obviously, you're going to quality control it before you publish any of this stuff, but you get the picture. Now, what you can also do is actually tweet this out. So if we click on post link, you can post a link to your ChatGPT conversation. It would be interesting to know whether this can actually index directly on Twitter and whether you can rank that directly. Let's have a look in Ahrefs, see whether that subfolder on Grok is actually ranking. So I'm just going to filter that down to Grok/share. We'll see if that's indexed on Google. Looks like it recently got de-indexed. So you can see, for example, the actual subdomain for sharing Grok content went all the way up and then went all the way down. Let's have a look if it's actually indexed on Google. I'm just going to select all the subfolders. So let's see if it's indexed on Google. You can see this content is indexing on Google, but it's not ranking from what I can see. Let's check out some of the keywords it's ranking for currently. And it is mostly Chinese. I know that all this stuff could mean anything. I don't even want to know what half that stuff means. But it looks like the pages can index if you create the content and then try and rank it with Grok. It's like a parasite platform, I guess. But from what I can see on, but also this is a relatively new feature. So it might be the fact that this has just been released and maybe these pages will start to index and get keywords ranking in the future. Interesting. That could be another experiment for another day. So I'm still saying Claude is the best for creating content. Grok comes in second. Bear in mind, Claude is paid. Grok is free. ChatGPT is free. Let's grab the content now. We'll see how it performs for humanization. Some people care about this, some people don't. We're just going to grab that content, plug it through Zero GPT and see how it performs. This is a free AI detection tool, so it's quite useful for just testing because that's what most people would check out. And you can see most of the content comes out at AI and GPT generated. Just something to bear in mind there is like the content is not humanized at all. I bet if we took the content from Claude using the same prompt, we'll take that content, we'll plug it through Zero GPT, see how it does. Click on detect text. Yeah, that's coming out much lower, as you can see right here. Now, if we ask Claude to humanize this, now let's test running the same content through my AI humanizer. So we'll take the content from Grok. This is a custom GPT I've built for free. You can get it by clicking the link in the comments description to my free course, and you get access to this inside the modules. We'll see how this performs. So let's grab content here, plug that through Zero GPT. That comes out a lot cleaner. That's the lowest out of all of them, right? So that's 32% and feels a lot more human when you actually read it. So Grok is not bad for writing content. It's not great for actually humanizing the content so far. One thing I really do think that Grok is good at, if we go into my recent conversations, it's actually pretty cool for generating images. So for example, with a super basic prompt like Elon Musk presenting Grok 2 world domination on stage to a crowd, it's a presentation that says Grok 2, etc. Generate some super nice images. Now you will see in the bottom right here, it has a watermark, right? So just something to bear in mind there is if you're creating images with Grok, it seems to have a watermark on the images, which means that it's probably AI detectable in some way. But if you just want to generate some cool images, like you see right here, pretty easy and simple to do using Grok. And it generates 4 at a time. I would say these images look 10 times better than, say, something like ChatGPT, for example. If we took the same prompt inside ChatGPT and we'll say create an image of this, we'll see what it comes back with. Yeah, there you go. So it actually refuses to create the image because it goes against our content policy. That's because we asked it to generate an image of Elon Musk. but Grok will actually do that no problem. And this is using Flux, whereas obviously ChatGPT is using DALL-E. Now, just in general, Twitter is a very interesting platform to do SEO on. Number one, because it's wide open to get a lot of reach. So you can see something we just posted a few hours ago will get thousands of impressions. We can easily reach 100,000 people a day on Twitter, sometimes 190,000, as you can see right here. And then additionally, it can rank for some keywords, like you can see. We don't push it super hard on Twitter to rank for keywords, but I think it's got a lot of potential if you want to get some traffic that way as well, because what you can do is you can actually go to articles over here, and then you can publish articles directly on your Twitter account that can potentially rank as well. I wouldn't say it's as powerful as LinkedIn, but it can rank for sure. Now, what I'd also like to do is test this prompt, but we're going to do something different now. If we start a new chat, what we're going to do from here, so let's try and go after something trending, could potentially rank next year, etc., and requires real-time information. So, for example, what I'm going to put is heading equals Google December core update 2024, something like that, just to test this out. And what I'm going to say to Grok is using Grok plus real-time info from Twitter, include lots of facts, information, and real-time info about this announcement. Include all the facts and details too. And then I'm going to try and guide it into creating something that's 1,000 words. I know before it created something that was 550 words. So I'm going to put word count equals 1,000 words. And let's just see if it can actually follow the instructions on it. So I'm interested to know how good is the actual real-time information from Grok for creating content. And additionally, how good is it actually sticking to the word count? So let's check the word count. It's a little bit longer at 640 words, but not ideal, honestly. So it's dropped the ball a little bit on that, but I'm sure you could get it to write in multiple parts. What you can see here is on the rollout timeline information that is given, it's actually quoted 3 different people. So it's sourced 3 different Twitter accounts that have mentioned the update. Let's see what is mentioned. So it's quoted this one, but this is in a different language. This one as well, but I wouldn't say that's from the latest update, and it's quite new, but at the same time, this is not like super fact-driven details about the specific update. And then it sourced this one as well. Honestly, that doesn't impress me so much. It does have the actual date of the update, so the 12th of December, which is pretty useful. So it sourced that and found that out. Whereas I don't think Claude will be able to answer that. Let's double check. So I've said, when was the Google Core Update? December 2024. And you can see the answers that the knowledge cutoff date was April 2024. So if you're trying to write about something trending or a new event, Grok is going to be much better for that versus Claude. What you could actually do is you could get the information from Grok and then feed that into Claude as a knowledge to write the article about. That might be a better way of doing it. And that's ChatGPT. What I think ChatGPT will actually do is use the search feature, and you can see that it's actually a lot more fact-driven, right? So for example, if you look at the information from ChatGPT, it's like Google began rolling the December core update on the 12th of 2020. Google began rolling this out then, and this update was closely followed by the November update, which was concluded on December the 5th, right? I would say that information fed in from ChatGPT in its search is probably actually still more useful than this information right here, which just feels quite generic, right? There's not much facts in there. There's not much data in there, which I was hoping for from Grok, especially when we gave it that information. I'm going to say, give me some facts. Let's see if we can get a better output. There we go. Yeah, so this is better. It's still quite generic, right? There's nothing groundbreaking in here. There's no like real insights from Grok that you wouldn't be able to find in ChatGPT. And ChatGPT actually gave us more information. So honestly, out of all these tools, I'm going to stick to ChatGPT Canvas. It's free. You can edit the content in real time. It gives us really good facts and data for the information that's more in detail and more in depth versus Grok. I think the only thing that Grok I would stick to is for images, right? It's great for generating images, but still ChatGPT Canvas is the one right now, still winning. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get free access to this SEO course, feel free to get that link in the comments and description. This course is better than most paid courses, and it's completely free. It gives you everything you need to know on keyword research, SEO link building. You can see all the modules right here. The tutorials are just endless. Everything comes with an SOP, topical maps, EAT, SEO systems, etc. One thing I would highly recommend is checking out the ChatGPT Canvas section, right? Again, this is a free tool. It's probably my favorite for creating content because you can edit it in real time without going back and forth too much. And I've also created all these prompts including how to use it step by step, 50 prompts for ChatGPT Canvas, tons of good stuff in there. You can see all these prompts right here. They're just absolutely amazing for creating content. Grok hasn't blown me away, honestly, but it's still pretty surprising that they've released it for free. It's great for generating images. If you want to do images, I think Grok is probably the one. And if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to book that. Link in the comments description. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. On this free link building acceleration session, you'll get a free SEO domination plan to discover the secrets of SEO link building. We'll answer any questions you have one-to-one. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors in link building and how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Feel free to get that. Appreciate you watching. This link in the comments and description to that. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.